Hello friends, my name is Ravinder Verma. In this tutorial series, we are going to use Lumion 3D to create 3D environments for our videos. Lumion actually is designed for architectural visualizations. But here in this tutorial video series, we are going to use Lumion for our films work, and we will see how we can leverage this tool to create all those videos and the backgrounds and the compositions that we need for our film work. Lumion might be a new tool for the filmmakers and 3D artists. So we are going to start with the basics of Lumion so that we can know what Lumion can do and what we can get from Lumion. Alright, so to give you an idea of what Lumion can do, I will show you some of the videos that I created with Lumion. Cool, isn't it? These were few of the projects that I did in SoniBros FX Studio. Okay, let's not waste any more time and let's get started with Lumion. Once you start Lumion, you will be presented with this startup screen. Lumion uses graphics card to render everything. So your system should have a decent graphics card. To start with, let's choose one of these templates and let's explore. So for now, for the simplicity of this tutorial, let's choose the first one, the plane. Click on it and Lumion will load this scene. You will see a sky there, the ground, few tools in bottom left, few tools in bottom right. And if you move your mouse in the left side, you will see more tools. Right? We will explore each of them and you will see what they do. We also have few tools in upper left hand, which are actually the layers. So for the basics, and this is really interesting part of Lumion when you start working with Lumion, you will be finding yourself playing a game. So to start with, let's see what keyboard keys we can use to explore the scene here. With your mouse, just press the right button. And when you move the mouse, you can just move the camera along with, right? It needs some practice if you haven't played any games, but if you have played few games, then you will find yourself home. It's that easy. So you just have to keep pressing the right button of your mouse and then move the mouse. Now the keyboard, when you press the W key or the up arrow key, you will move forward in the scene. So I'm pressing the W key and I'm moving forward. Same way, if you press the S key, you will be moving backward. With the A key, you will move left, and for the right, you will press D. So W, A, S and D. Again, these are the gaming keys that you use when you play games. But with the combination of these keys and the mouse, I can go ahead and explore the scene as I wish. Okay? And it all depends on the practice. The more the practice you do, you will be really comfortable with. And this is really important. I won't suggest you to move forward without getting yourself comfortable with the mouse and the keyboard keys combination. Because if you are not able to move around in the scene, then you will be finding this tool really difficult. Because this is something different than the other tools that you may have used, like the 3D Studio Max, Maya. So I would suggest you, once you are good, once you are feeling comfortable with your mouse and keyboard, only then proceed further. Okay, let's take 2 more keys in the keyboard. Those keys are Q and E. With the Q you can go up, with the E you can go down, and with the mouse you can combine them. Pressing the E and rotating the mouse while pressing the right button and down. Okay, same way we can do anything. So let's explore the tools that we can see in Lumion interface. We have in the left bottom side few tools which are actually used in creating the scene, and these 4 tools are actually the main tools that we use in Lumion, and the lower bar that you see is actually comes from these tools. So if you click on the weather toolbox here, the bottom toolbox will change to open up all the weather related toolbox. Once you click the landscape, you will see all the landscape related tools over here. In the materials you will see the materials toolbox. You will see later how these actually works, and in the objects you will see all the objects that we can place in our scene. So let's start with the weather tool. The weather tool is actually used to change the weather. The sky that you see here can be controlled using this weather tool. If you go ahead and see in the sky, you can see the sun. Here we have some clouds, the sky. So all this can be controlled via this toolbox. The first tool is the sun direction. It moves the sun towards any direction that you wish. This is the height of the sun. So for the morning you would like to have the sun down there like this, and when you in the afternoon the sun will go up like this. So you can just control this position and the height of sun using this toolbox, and I can move the sun's direction anywhere. You can move to back, forth, anywhere you want. So you just click and hold the mouse here and just rotate it, and your sun will rotate. Good thing to know is Lumen will automatically take care of the environment. Like in the morning or in the evening, you will see the yellowish sun with the lens flare automatic built in. Alright, let's move the sun towards something up. Now we can control the clouds as well. So if I click this and move to the left, I will just decrease the amount of clouds in the sky. Similarly, if I click on this and move to the right, I can have more and more clouds in the scene. And again, if you see, these clouds actually come between the sun and the object, and it creates a realistic view. See, we cannot see the sun now. So all this is controlled automatically, the exposure control and everything. We can also choose the type of clouds. So I just clicked on this type button here, and I will see this interface where I can choose what type of clouds I would like to use. So let's say we are going to use the clouds like this one, and these clouds will be loaded. Then again you have the tool to increase and decrease those clouds. The next tool is the brightness of the sun. So you can control the brightness. So in the rainy days, maybe you can just have the lower of the brightness, and maybe in summer days you can just increase the brightness of the sun. So it depends actually, and it gives you the results in real time. When you select the landscape, you can choose one of these 6 tools. Okay, so height, water, ocean, paint, terrain, and the grass. So once you choose any of these tools, you will again be presented with different toolbox right here. Okay, so for water I have different toolbox here. For ocean I just have a on off button, and then when you press this on off button you will have more controls over there. So each of them has a different set of controls. So let's start with the height tool. So the height tools enables you to control the height of the ground anywhere. Okay, let's see how it works. So let's choose to raise. Okay, I can choose either of these tools. So let's choose raise. So it will increase the height of the ground in this circle area that you see. So I just press the left click and keep pressing it until you are satisfied. Okay, so if you use the mouse keys and the keyboard keys, you will see that this tool has increased the height. Again, let's see again. I just click and release, left click and release. I can move my mouse as well to create a longer height map. So I click and move the mouse. So I will create something like this. Really easy. This is quite easy. Just keep pressing. See how easily you just created this landscape. And again, Lumion has taken care of the texture. You see the grass is on the surface of these rocks, and all the other parts are, rocky as a mountain. Again, let's decrease the height. So you click on this lower tool, and if I select these and click the left mouse button, I will just decrease the height. See, you go up. See, if I want to just decrease the height of this entire area, I can increase the size of this circle or the brush. So I go here and I increase the size of brush so that I can just have everything in one go. I can increase more and just press left click. See, you can create a big hole over there. You can just decrease, and then you can just decrease the height over there. So again, this is this takes some practice, and it depends on what you are going to create. But as you can see, you see some jitter in this area. This is not smooth, right? The ground is really not smooth here. It looks not good. So again, we have some different tool which actually is flatten tool. If you click it and use it, it will just flat out the surface. Wherever it go, it will just flat the surface. Just like this. See how easily you can create such a hole here there. This is quite big. Again, the next tool is to create the jitter. It will create the surface really rough. And again, this depends on the brush size and the speed. See, in this plane area, I just clicking the left button and holding it. You see, now I increase the speed. In another area, I just click and hold. See, in the same time it clicked and increased the speed of the tool. So you can just decrease and increase the speed of the terrain of the tool, so that you can actually see what's happening. And then you have the last tool, which is to create the surface smooth. So if you see, these are not smooth, these have really sharp edges. See, so if I click this tool, smooth tool, and apply this with the left click, it will make them smooth them out. Like this. So the height tool actually gives you the controls to adjust the ground according to your needs. Okay. The last part of this height tool is the landscape. So if you click on this button, you can just quickly choose any environment that you like. So if I go with this one, my entire environment will be changed. You can see even the texture of the stones and everything is changed, and the texture of the ground. You can select another one. So you can just go ahead and select any of them. This is a really easy way to control the ground. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the water tool. So we just created few holes in the ground. Let's try to fill them with water. Okay, so I just click on this tool, and then this tool, this is to place the water object. So if you move ahead and just start, click the left click of the mouse and keep pressing it and create a water body here like this. Okay, if you see, we have a water plane just created. Now we would like to have this water plane to fill this hole. Okay, let's do it. So when you move your mouse on this water plane, you will see these tools again. So it will, you just stretch the water plane from anywhere, and this will increase the height or decrease the height, right? So you just go ahead and cover this big hole here and just decrease the height a little bit, just like this. It actually depends on how you would like to have the water here. And then if you click on this type of this water, you can change the texture of this water as well. So you can just click on here and the texture of the water is changed now. And then we have the ocean. If you want to fill entire area with the water, or you want to create the sea, you just have to create the ocean. You just have to turn it on. So let's move back to the water because we don't need this small hole here. We are going to delete it. We are going to the ocean and turning it on. See, Lumen has just created an ocean. The entire area is now filled with the water, and these the ground that we created are now looking just like an island. If you see, Lumen has created really good interactive waves whenever the sea touches the ground. You can see the waves are created and they are looking really great. And then we have more control over the seawater. We have the intensity of the waves. If you increase it, you can just see how intensive now the sea is. Then you can have the turbidity. It will just increase and decrease the turbidity of the water. The wind direction, wind speed, the height. Now when you work with this height bar, you will notice that when you move it, you just move it really further. right? But you want to have a precise control on this tool. So any of the toolbar that you see in Lumion, you can just keep pressing the shift button and then try to change the height. It will really precisely change the value in that case if you keep pressing the shift button along with the mouse, right? So if you see, I can just control the height of this ocean really precisely. Same with the color presets. You can just choose any preset of this color of the water. You can choose the brightness or whatever the thing. So it actually depends on your scene that you are going to create, and according to that you just go ahead and adjust these tools. Alright, so you see how easily you just created the ocean. And if you just go ahead in the weather tool and just decrease the height of the sun, you will have a really good scene over here already created. See how easy this is? Alright, let's move to the next tool. We will talk about the paint in few moments. Let's turn off the ocean first. Alright, let's increase the height of the sun. Now you know how to increase. Alright, let's talk about the terrain. So Lumion gives us a few options that you can just directly create mountains. So you can just make the entire land flat. You can create the mountains surrounding some area. So see, I just clicked it and it created the mountains surrounding some area. If you go up in the sky, you can see the mountains are created, and in the middle of the mountains the land is still plain. There is another kind of mountain that you can create. You can create one mountain in the scene which is right in the middle. Make large mountain. You click it and a big mountain will be created in the middle. Then there are some terrain map that you can load and save. We will talk about these in our advanced tutorials. Then you can turn on and off the rocks on the mountain. You see? Again, you can choose the landscape for the mountains as well. This works just like you worked with the height map. So this way you can create the mountains. Super easy. Okay, let's choose one another grassy land here. And for the next tool, we have grass tool here. So if you go close to the ground and turn it on, you will see that the land has the grass now. Turn off, turn on. See the difference? Now I can change the size of this grass. I am increasing the size of the grass, increasing, then the height of the grass. And this grass is on the full land. You see, you can see this grass when you are near to the ground. It is actually on the whole surface, but Lumen is actually rendering a small area to keep up with the performance. Okay, but when you create the final scenes, you will see the grass in entire area. So you can just increase or decrease this height of the grass. Then you can change the wilderness. You can have some part of the plain, grassy, and then no grass and something wilderness. So you can increase or decrease like that. So this is how you just create the grass over there. We will look in what these tools are in our advanced tutorials. But for now, just practice with the grass tools. So this is how we create and adjust the ground control. So now let's talk about the paint tool. So this tool allows you to paint any kind of texture on this ground. So again, you have this brush with you you have the size of brush with you, speed, and the tile size. Let's see. So click on this button here and you choose the texture or the brush that you would like to have. Let's choose this. So let's keep pressing the left button and start painting. So you can just go ahead and paint this texture over the ground. Okay. So for example, if you have home here, you can create a path to that home in the ground. You can choose any of these and you can set any of the texture in them. So you can just go ahead and click them easily and create the texture really fast. So this tile size is actually the size of these tiles, this texture. So if you decrease it, you can just immediately see how it works. See, the tile size is increasing and decreasing like that. In any area you can do that. Okay, so you just select and paint, just like that. This is super easy, and you can choose any of them. And this first one is actually the entire area. So if you choose this to a different, so entire area will be different. So choose the first one if you want to change the entire texture of the ground, like this. Okay, so this is how these landscape tools actually work. You can go ahead and practice with them so that you are really comfortable with them. Okay, so next tool is the materials. The material tool is actually used with the imported objects, and we will talk about those in our next tutorials because this is something advanced that we don't like to have right now. So let's move on to the objects toolbox here. Click on it, and this is the really interesting part of Lumen, where you just actually create something. So again, this tool has many subtools here, and then the corresponding controls for those tools. So here you choose actually what to put. So if you want to create trees, you just select this nature tool here, and then if you click on here, you will be presented with a library of a huge collection. So if you see leaf, small, we have several tabs here, and each tab contains several subtabs. So you have a really huge variety of trees, flowers, cactus, rocks, and everything. Okay, so you just have to select any of them, and then you click on this place object, and then you just have to click, and your tree will be there on the ground. See how easy this is. We just created one tree. Let's create more. You just click, 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 and your trees will be generated. Okay. Good thing to know is each of them are different. So every time you click, you get a different kind of tree. So Lumen creates a random tree every time you click. You can select any other tree, and then you can just go ahead and create them. So this is really a fun part. You see, the shadows and everything is created by Lumen automatically. And then again, if you change the sun's height and the direction, you will immediately see the results. And this is the beauty of this software package. You will see what's going on. So you have really good control over there. just like that. Okay, so this is how we place the trees. And similarly, you can go ahead and click on the transport. You can choose from a variety of vehicles and just create them by clicking, right? Just like this. Then we have a few indoor objects. See how many objects there. So this is a really good library that comes inbuilt within Lumen. So you don't have to collect these things from the internet or download them. So those are already part of Lumen software. So let's create few seats here. Let's see how those are created. Okay, see how easy this. Then another interesting part, you can create human. So you can create man. There are several objects already pre-built, and good thing is they a few of them are really animated. So if you see like this person, if I click here, this person is actually animated. You can see the movements. So each character has their own animation that they use. So you can create a walking person here, just like that. So you can select women, and you can also create women here. So you have a vast library and you can use them, and you can just create them. And it's damn easy. You just click and the objects will be created. So you have vast library again. So these objects are really powerful and really good. Okay, then you have some outdoor objects as well, where you can have entire buildings as well. So if you click here, you can have the buildings right there. So you can just go ahead and create the houses just like that. Select different one, then you can click here and then click there. See how easy this is. Lumen. You can just select the sun, set its direction, and everything will change accordingly. Okay, so these are the sounds. We will talk about them later on, but again these are the same thing that we are doing with these things. So again, if you go in the lights, you can place some lights also. Like if I click on there and here, and if I move the sun in really down there, so this will be a night. And when I come back here and just move this light upwards, it will be created. Okay, how I did it? Okay, that's no problem. So when you select the category, Lumen provides you with these simple tools, which are move, size, height changing, and the rotation tool. Okay, so each object can be moved or rotated or sized. All right, you must know that you are in the right category. So let me move the sun back in the position and go to the objects. So suppose I want to move the trees. Okay, so you must know these trees came from this category, nature category. So you have to click nature, and then you have to click on the move object tool. Only then you will be presented with the handles. If you notice, these handles are only on the trees and not on these people, car, these houses. No, only on trees, because we are under the nature segment right now, and we can only work with the objects which we created using this tool. So when you click any of them, you can just click and move this tool anywhere, like this. Okay, you can scale them. So again, click the handle of any tree and scale it down, scale it up. You can change the height of this object. You can move it up, you can move it down, like that. And then you can rotate it. So you can just go ahead and click and rotate this tree. So this is how you click and apply the transformation. So again, if we want to move these people, so I have to go to the people and animation animal toolbox here, and then I choose move tool, and then I see these handles are now on the people, not on the trees or cars, right? Because we are under the people and animals category right now. So again, I move by clicking and moving with the mouse. I can rotate them, or even I can scale, just like that. I can float them like this. So this is really interesting, and you will love when you work with this Lumen software. You will see how easy this is to work with these objects. Okay, to move these houses, we have to go to the outdoor category, and then we will have the handles and same operations. If I want to rotate this house, I can rotate now. Now I don't have handles on there. So this is important. So you must remember, whenever you work with these transformation tools, you can only work under some category. Okay. Now sometimes you have to select multiple objects, right? So we have another toolbar here. So you just click on this tab here, move mode, and then you select here, and then you click and just go ahead and select everything. So now you can see that you can now select different categories as well. So you can select trees along with the people, along with the car, along with the houses, because everything is selectable. You haven't selected any spatial object that you want to select. So everything is turned on here. Okay, when you select multiple objects, you have the option to filter out any of them. So right now we don't have any filters, so we can choose all of them, and then we can just move them. Okay, like this. Everything is moved, everything is rotated, like that. Okay, everything is skipped. So to deselect, you just click on here. Now I was talking about the filter. So if you click on any of these categories, that category will be removed. So now you cannot select any nature object, the trees, because I have disabled this category. Similarly, I can disable the cars. I cannot choose cars now. If I choose, I don't have any option to choose the cars because I have disabled the cars. So you can just enable and disable anything. So if you want only select the nature, so you will disable everything else, and then you just go ahead and select. So only the nature object will be selected automatically. So you don't have to care about, like, if I have selected by mistake these people or these houses. You just filter them out, okay, and then move them or do whatever you want to do with them. Alright, so this is how you work with the objects. We have few more tools that we can use, but we will see them in our next tutorials. But for now, you must be comfortable placing the objects, moving them around, changing the landscape, changing the weather, and all those Terran tools you should be able to work with. Now one important thing, you would like to save your scene every time. Okay, so to save any scene in Lumen, you just go ahead and click on this button here, files, and then choose a name for your scene and click on this save button. So your scene will be saved. So next time when you open Lumen, your scene will be under the load scene tab. See, we have demo that we just created. So I click here and my scene will be loaded. So this is how we save and load the scenes in Lumen. Alright, so in the next tutorial we will go ahead and check out the more advanced features of Lumen that we can use for films. But with this, I think you should go ahead and practice and make yourself comfortable with the Lumen interface and these objects and everything. Okay, thank you for your watching, and have a great day. Thank you.